Alright, so we're given another question. Expand 2x plus 2 over x power 3. So if you looked at the last video, you must have understood a slight idea of the binomial theorem, and you must have also understood on how we can apply it. So this is the same as 2x plus 2 over x into 2x plus 2 over x into 2x plus 2 over x. Too much work to be done. Therefore, use the binomial theorem. You might also be thinking, what if I take these two terms in the bracket? What if I combine them? Now, 2x plus 2 over x is the same as 2x squared plus 2 over x. I'm just multiplying these things, so this doesn't have x as the denominator, so I'm just multiplying this numerator by x plus 2 over x. So even if I were to cancel out, I'll be getting this. So 2x squared over x plus 2 over x. I'm writing this in terms of this. I'm just splitting the fractions up, so that gives me 2x plus 2 over x. They're the same thing. If I were to expand it, if I were to get this and I were to expand it using the binomial theorem, it will be the same thing. So 2x squared plus 2 over x power 3. That's essentially what the question seems to be talking about if I were to expand this. Now this, by laws of indices, we know that this is the same as 2x squared plus 2 power 3 divided by x power 3. I'm just splitting this power 3 up into the fractions. Again, you end up in the same thing. You're going to be using the binomial theorem because you have 2x squared plus 2 power 3. You can't really expand this the long way on writing the brackets the way how they are. So you can't really write 2x squared plus 2 3 times and then expand everything out. It's going to be too long and it's going to be prone to errors. So again, you'll end up by using the binomial theorem. So we can do it directly in this step. So let's expand this directly using the binomial theorem. So we have 2x plus 2 over x power 3. This, by use of binomial theorem, just familiarize yourself with the binomial theorem one more time if you haven't by looking at the previous video. So 2x plus 2 over x power 3 is the same as 2x power 3. Notice that this 2x becomes the a term. So this whole term is a, this whole term is b. So I have 2x power 3 plus 3 choose 1, 2x power 3 minus 1 into 2 over x power 1. I'm just using the binomial theorem. My a term is 2x, my b term is 2 over x, and I'm just playing around with the power the way how it was in the binomial theorem. Continuing, this term is going to be 3 choose 2 into 2x power 3 minus 2 times 2 over x squared. So I'm just using the binomial theorem, and notice that I have 3 choose 2. The first term, the a term, is going to be this minus this, and the b term is just going to be the denominator. Well, not the denominator, but the thing that's that's on the underside of the bracket. So it's just going to be 2. So maybe you could remember it through that. So I have that. So, and then the next term is going to be 3 choose 3, 2x power 3 minus 3, 2 over x cubed. So I know this is the end of my expansion because 1, my these two terms, the n, they are the same. 2, my 2 over x, it's reached its power 3 because from this I already know my first term is going to be 2x power 3, my last term is going to be 2 over x power 3. Think of it that way. So it's already reached the 2 over x power 3 term, so it's the end of the expansion. So again, let me start expanding this. So we've got this long thing to do, and let's start it. So this is 2x power 3. This is the same as 8x cubed. Remember, if you have 2x, you'll have to multiply the 2. You'll have to power this by 3. You'll also have to power this by 3. Remember that. So it's 8x cubed plus 3 choose 1. What is 3 choose 1? Let's solve this. So we have 3 and 1 here. this is the same as 3 factorial over 3 minus 1 factorial into 1 factorial. So this is the same as 3 times 2 times 1 divided by this is 2 factorial. So this is 2 times 1 because 1 factorial is just 1. These things cancel out, so I get 3 over 1, which is 3. So this is going to be plus 3 into 2x squared. This is the same as 2x power 2. So that's 4x squared, because again I'm just using the same logic. I need to power this by 2, need to power this by 2, times 2 over x is just power 1, so I just leave it the way how it is, plus 3 choose 2. Let's solve that also. So 3 choose 2, again just by use of the same rule which we had learnt in the previous video. So it's 3 and 2, so that becomes 3 factorial over 3 minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So that's 3 times 2 times 1. This is the same as 1 factorial, which is the same as 1. This is 2 factorial, so this is 2 times 1. So I can cancel stuff out, so this gives me 3. So 3 choose 1 is 3 and 3 choose 2 is also 3. That's surprising. So let's continue this. So because 3 choose 2 is 3, so I'll have 3 here, and then 2x power 1, because 3 minus 2 is 1, so into 2x. This is 2 over x squared. So remember, because of the laws of indices, this is the same as 2 squared over x squared. So that gives you 4 over x squared. Remember this. Then we move on. 3 choose 3. What is 3 choose 3? Let's solve that. So this is 3 factorial over 3 minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. This goes, that gives me 1 over 0 factorial. From the previous video we deduced why 0 factorial is equal to 1, so that gives you 1 over 1, which is 1. One more thing to note, if you already haven't, is that there's an invisible term here. 3 choose 0. There's an invisible term here. 3 choose 0 and 2 over x choose 0. So this is actually 3 minus 0. So you have 3 choose 0 into 2x power 3 minus 0 into 2 over x power 0. So those are the invisible terms which were there. I just want you to notice that so that you won't be confused. And again, if you were to solve 3 choose 0, this is the same as 3 factorial over 3 minus 0 factorial into 0 factorial. So that's 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial, so that cancels out, and then I have 0 factorial, so that's just 1 over 0 factorial, which is 1. So because they are an invisible term, they don't really make a difference into the expansion. So let's continue. So plus 3 choose 3. With this we decided we got it as 1, so it's just going to be times 1 into 2x power 0. So 2x power 0, any number power 0 is also 1, so I have 1 here, and then I have 2 over x cubed. That's 8 over x cubed, because this is the same as 2 cubed over x cubed, so that's 8 over x cubed. After that I'll be able to just combine terms, and then I can get a simplified answer. So this is the same as 8x cubed plus 4 times 3. I'm multiplying the numbers first. So 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So plus 24. Now I have x squared divided by x. So that gives me x. So I hope now you understand why I get the 24x. 12 times 2 and x squared divided by x. So that gives me x. So this is done. So now let's move on to this one. Plus 3 times 2 6. 6 times 4 24. So 24. But now I have x divided by x squared. So that's x power 1 divided by x squared. That's the same as x power 1 minus 2 because of the laws of indices, always remember them. That's the same as x power minus 1. So that gives me 24 x power minus 1 plus 8 over x cubed, because this is just 1 and they just multiply out. So I could also have left my answer in this form: 8x cubed plus 24x plus 24 over x plus 8 over x cubed. And therefore we've solved our question of 2x plus 2 over x cubed, which gives you this.